it is now my pleasure to turn this meeting over, or this webinar over, to a young woman who I have gotten to know, my wife and I have gotten to know through the course of the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 months. They have joined the business. Her and her husband have of this company. They have earned the admiration and respect of everybody who's had the opportunity to spend time with them. And we feel the exact same way. We were fortunate enough to spend a week down in the Dominican Republic with the two of them. And I can tell you they are charming people, they are knowledgeable people, and the company is very, very fortunate to have attracted folks of this caliber, brought them into the business. I'd like to introduce Tiffany Fenton. Tiffany, I really hope you're on the phone.
I am on. Can you hear me?
Oh, that's a beautiful thing. I can hear you.
Thank you very, very much for those very kind and wonderful words. And I just want to say that my husband and I, Tim and I, feel the exact same way about you and your wife. When we came into a business, just like starting anything new, you always look to the top and you look to the people who are in a company. And right away, you guys both opened your arms, showed us the ropes, and were helping us, teaching us, guiding us through every single thing. And truly, it was, you know, without your help, I'm not sure that us getting to the top would have been you know, or so quickly would have been as easy or you know, as quickly as we've done it, absolutely, because of what you guys put in place prior to us coming and truly welcoming not only us but every single new person you know, who was coming in. So I want to thank you very, very much for that. We have enjoyed getting to know you and look forward to continuing our friendships. So I have the privilege of talking about team etiquette. About team etiquette, in my opinion, rather, it is very, very important. See, I have people who come to me all the time who say, Tiffany, I don't understand. I'm following the system. I'm doing the 1, 2, 3. I'm working so hard. I'm thinking outside of the box. I'm, you know, doing all of these things. Yet my business is just not going to the level of where I want it to be or think it should be. And so, you know, I start working with them and watching them and realize that there are some certain key points of team etiquette that may not be implemented fully. And we need to take this team etiquette and really put it into every aspect of our 1, 2, 3 system. This is part of us being successful. You build as a person, which in turn will help you build the biggest business that you can possibly imagine. So what I'm going to take you through today is your attitude, your attire, your language and conversations, BOMs and PBRs, and of course team. See, team etiquette and personal etiquette may affect more than just the success of your business. This industry is truly about growth. Growth in your lifestyle, growth in personal development, and following the guidelines that I'm going to go through with you will absolutely help you improve both of them. By improving your conduct, your communication, your appearance, and attitude, you will become the type of person that other people simply want to be around. And as it has been said earlier, we are in the people business, so that is what our, right? Your attitude is responsible for your success or your failure. See, Invado is your business, and you are in the business of marketing yourself. Positive attitude will result in negative results. Training your mind is just like training your body, right? I mean, I don't know anybody, and I'm sure nobody listening knows anybody who has walked into a gym, stood in the middle of the floor for 1 hour, did nothing but just stood there, walked out after an hour, and had this ripped body, right? It doesn't work that way. It requires work. So if we focus, you know, 90% of all of our time on positive thoughts, positive emotions, then the positivity will just exude through our team, and everyone around us will feel that, and we share this of all of positivity with our downline, our sideline, right? And everybody you know. Let's just focus 10% of everything else we feel, what we call the negativity, 10% of our time on that. And we share that only with our upline, right? We absolutely have to stop thinking about all that could go wrong and start focusing on all that could go right. See, I love this saying when they say winners don't quit and quitters don't win. That is absolutely true in any business, in any part of life, period, right? You have to ask yourself the question, am I the person that I wish I could recruit, right? And truly think of that question. If your answer is no, then you need to change things with inside you. It's not your team, right? If your answer is yes, you are on the right track and you will build an organization that you could never ever dream of because it's full of people just like you. And you have to also make sure that you're focused on solutions, not problems. Every day, think back at the end of the day, how much time did you spend on problems and how much time did you spend on solutions? If you have the right attitude, then the rest is completely easy. But if you have the wrong attitude, the rest, talk about, attitude. Let's talk about attire. Are you dressed for success or are you dressed for distress? And I know that some of you may be looking at this and saying, wow, that's, vastly different. But I will tell you that in my experience, I have had people who look like both of these pictures show up to, BOMs or any type of Super Saturday. I mean, what we are look like goes a long way, and we need to make sure that we're showing people that we are here for success, right? And that we have success and that we were going to get success, not distress. Our first impressions are lasting. You want to make sure that your clothing and attire reflect the success that you're working towards. This is a business. You should dress in business attire, right? We don't wear ripped jeans or tank tops, t-shirts, shorts, mini skirts, revealing tops. I always say, when a woman asks me what should I wear, I tell a woman, if you're thinking about something that you would wear to a club on a girls' night out on a Friday night, that is not what you wear to a business meeting, right? This is not a pickup place, right? And same with men. How, this is in the world today, and the TV shows we see on TV and we watch. Imagine if these people walked into a boardroom, right, wearing ripped jeans, tank tops, t-shirts and shorts. You'll never see that with people who have $1 million or $1 billion mindset and are achieving the success that they want. And your attire will tell everybody how much success you're having. We have to dress each day like we are going to an interview with $1 billion company. The investment that you make in yourself will pay dividends for a life. Your attire needs to get people talking in a positive way, guys, right? You don't want people leaving saying, oh my gosh, did you see Buddy? He was wearing this. Oh my gosh, did you see? We don't want that. We want people to leave there and say, people were dressed. I feel good about myself. I feel good about the people that were in that room. Simple changes in your attitude and your attire will be the spark that ignites a fire. See, I really believe this. People who know you will take notice if you have changed into a business attire. People who do not know you will start to pay attention. And that's what we want. As I said, people, business, right? This is absolutely business. So, now that we're thinking right and we're looking sharp, it's time to focus on how we communicate. We have to immediately remove certain words from our vocabulary. See, winners use positive words and non-winners use negative words. And I look to these words, the following, as a guideline. See, I will, I can, I do. These are the phrases of millionaires. I'll try, I think I can, I hope, are phrases of average people. I won't, I can't, I don't. These are the phrases of non-winners. So you need to think of your everyday language. And I'm not talking about, you have to start thinking of this in every single aspect of your life, and then it will become natural to you. And that's what we want. We don't want to sound fake, guys. You need to make this become natural. And when you start speaking like this, you will start acting like this. So if you start speaking, I won't, I can't, I don't, guess what happens? You won't, you can't, and you don't. But if you start saying, I will, I can, and I do, that's exactly what will happen. You will, you can, and you do, and you'll be, right? And we have to look at what our language and communications are, right? As a successful and respected business owner, you need to start speaking like one, right? We don't use contractions and slang, and I have, two examples up here on the screen, and far too many times, this is what I hear when we walk into a BOA, but you hear, yo, bro, what's up, right? I mean, and then people are like, nothing. You? Oh, yeah, that sounds great, doesn't it? I mean, we're selling $1 million, soon to be $1 billion opportunity. You need to believe that, and we need to start speaking like that, right? We need to have appropriate conversations and take out the slang, right? That's for your home. That's for, at a club, whatever the case might be. It is not for your business, right? Communication is key to a successful business. I really believe in this right here when I tell people you need to start listening 80% of the time and only talk 20% of the time. See, other people don't, they don't really want to know and hear all about you all the time. It is so much better. They feel more important if you let them talk and you ask questions about them and use their name whenever you do speak. Make it about them, right? I tell everybody, steal with your ears and share with your mouth. Right? So BOMs and PBRs, again, this goes with everything that we've just been talking about to sort of control, put it all into one thing. BOMs and PBRs are your boardroom. We have to think of them as this is your place of business, and all representatives must conduct themselves professionally. And so here are some guidelines, and everybody who works with me knows that this is what our room needs to look like. You need to arrive early, and you need to greet the guests with a smile. If you've had a terrible day and you're supposed to be the greeter at the door and you cannot put a smile on, please opt out to being the greeter that night. I'll tell you, I walk into a presentation or a BOM and the greeter at the door, and I'm like, hey, how are you? It's been a long time. And they're like, I'm okay. My work or family, or I'm not feeling very well. You can't be like that. We have to be positive. Absolutely, a smile. This is the best thing on planet Earth, and we need to show that to everybody, right? No negative talk or communication with anyone at the meeting, right? You don't know who's going to be listening, right? The only thing we need to be talking about is Invado, our business, how great it is, how great the people are, refer to you, travel, gas and electric. Talk about all of the positive things. This is not a place to talk about your daily life. This is not a place to talk about all of the woes you're feeling and how bad your job is and et cetera, et cetera. This is not that place. See, guests are listening. People are listening to what you are saying, right? If you don't have anything going on in your business, then use things that are happening in other people's business. Hey, did you hear that, Walmart doesn't have this, and about positive things, even if they're to your friends and to other reps. And remember, your attitude is contagious, right? And never talk about the business before the meeting. I often hear that as well. Instead of sitting there talking about, the speaker, and that's what we should be talking to, when we're talking to the guests. Oh my gosh, we're so lucky to have, so I hear them telling them the entire presentation, right? That's the presenter's job. And here's what you always need to do. Edify the speaker. If you have nothing else to talk about the speaker. Do not talk about the opportunity. If you cannot think of things that are happening within Referdia or travel or gas and electric, whatever the case might be, just talk about the speaker. Nothing could ever go wrong by talking about the speaker, right? And here's my nevers and always. You never interrupt the speaker. You never disagree with the speaker. Never use negative body language. People watch you. People watch your every move. In fact, people watch you when you don't even think they're looking. And never ask questions. This meeting is for guests, especially at the end. I can go to a place, and I have seen this and I have experienced it, where the speaker is standing at the front of the room. The guests are sitting there asking questions. That is not the place for any rep. That is not the place for your questions. You can call them, email them, Facebook them, whatever you need to do after the guests are gone. After that presentation, we cannot bombard the speaker with questions. Firstly, it's for guests. Secondly, what happens is you might have a guest in the room that is raring to go, who says, oh my gosh, this is awesome, I'm in. And then they hear representatives who are standing at the front of the room asking the speaker questions. And now that guest is thinking to themselves, uh-oh, I didn't have that many questions. And here we have a rep already in the business. I might have questions. So I'm just going to wait then. See, you're already showing people this negativity without even realizing it. This is not your time. This is for guests. We always smile. We always agree with the speaker. We always use positive body language and always participate in the meeting. It doesn't matter if you have seen the exact same presenter for the past 47 times in a row and that presenter has said the exact same jokes. You need to laugh. You need to clap. You need to answer all questions. You need to participate because you are what decides what the rest of that meeting is going to be like. So if us as reps are not participating, our guests will not participate. And when they participate, they get more excited. They feel more involved. They're more engaged, right? They're more open and willing to listen to our opportunity. So we truly gauge and we determine if a guest gets in or gets out, and it really has to do with all of our etiquette within a BOM. And at the end of the meeting, all reps need to participate in the SWAT team, right? It doesn't matter if you don't have any guests, because you may not have any guests this week, but next week you might, and somebody else is going to help you. And we always have to remember that we have, somebody else's guests might turn into a rep who get a business, and our consumers will buy from them, and vice versa. And there's only two questions that we ask. What did you like best about what you heard? And do you see yourself partnering with us? If you get a positive response, right, you bring that guest up to meet the speaker, and when you introduce them to the speaker, you tell the speaker, this is so-and-so, this is what they liked, so the speaker can build off of that. If you get a negative response, we politely show them the door. See, we sort, and next, right? We have to remember as well, these are very, very important. During a presentation, we never use a phone, we never text, we don't email, we don't talk, we do nothing to distract the room. Unless it's an emergency, we never leave the room. Use the facilities before the meeting starts. And leaders sit at the front of the room and listen intently, because people will pick your behavior. So now, lastly, let's talk about team calls and events. What I like about team calls is that it really doesn't matter, what you're wearing or what you have to do. If you need to work on a computer, go ahead. If you need to be in your pajamas, if on a team call, you can jump on and participate on everything. There's truly no excuse. Participation in all team calls and events are essential for your success. It's like a gym for your mind. You need to exercise it. We dial in it early and encourage your entire team to do the same. And we have to schedule our week around these calls and events. It is not okay for a leader to say, I'm sorry, I can't get on that call because I have a one-on-one. You know that that call is that time every week. Schedule that one-on-one a different day, earlier, later, whatever you need, right? Most RMDs and NMDs get on every call possible. Personal growth does not stop when a position is earned. I know I personally jump on every call and go to every event I possibly can. And here's some statistics, guys, some percentages rather that I really believe in. If every leader attended every single call or event and bragged about them to their team, this is not giving the information to people who couldn't get on. This is bragging about everything you learned. 60% of your team would do the same. And if 60% of your team got on every single call or attended every event, your team would grow 80% faster. And if your team grew 80% faster, then you could retire 40% sooner with 800% more money. Now, I don't know about you guys, but those percentages for me is what, really drives me. I mean, if I have a person who continuously cannot make a team call or event, I don't give them the information. They have to be willing to also invest their time, right? Once in a while, okay, then I'm going to share. But I brag about them. I tell people who couldn't get on, I'm so sorry you missed it, but oh my gosh, Andre was so amazing. I can't even begin to tell you. It's too bad you missed it. I'm so pumped. You need to just talk about that call because next time they're not going to miss it. It really, really all starts with you. You are already an SVP. All you have to do is act like one. The rest will come in due time. And I truly, truly, honestly believe that. So I hope that you, with the attitude and the entire language and conversations, our BOMs and PBRs and all of our team calls and events, that you guys can take those 5 things and apply them into your everyday business, into every part of our Invado system. And you will see, if you are stuck right now, look at those 5 things, see what it is that you need to change, and I promise you, you will not be stuck anymore. So with that, guys, I want to say thank you very much. And